Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here. Welcome back to another review video, and I've been making more like short reviews like at the end of every month because it's more convenient for me, but this is the one where I really had to dig my claws in. So if you're ready for all the spoilers, obviously I'll warn you guys, but I have so much to discuss with you guys. I just finished Legend of Zang starring Xiao Zhan, Zhang Jingyi. Oh my goodness, it is so well written. I loved it. This is the Xiao Zhan that I loved and missed. Just a fair warning, there are a lot of spoilers in the ending song and the theme song itself, but specifically the ending song. So if you're one to watch those and you're like very hesitant about spoilers or it ruins your enjoyment, then do not watch that. I feel like once you get into it, you'll be able to piece things out, and I didn't mind because I love me a good trailer to it, and I watch so many dramas that it like completely is fine. It's fine with me, but yeah, depending on you guys, you might want to skip that. Okay, let's start with the acting because wow, this was a masterclass, and of course Xiao Zhan was phenomenal, and I am going to talk about him right now, but so were the side characters. Everybody in this team was just chef's kiss. This is a one-in-a-lifetime production, and I did read up some articles that Xiao Zhan got to pick a bunch of scripts, obviously very popular, famous, and he has so many options, but he decided on this one. And the director that gave him the script was like, oh, I'll work on it with some other ones. Like they wanted to work together, but they weren't sure like which drama, and I'm glad that he chose this one because apparently the director did as well, and it was just like a match made in heaven. The characters were brought to life to like perfection, and it's because I always knew he was phenomenal in The Untamed with his intense emotions, but this entire drama is that times 100. It is intense, and that's the word that I'm going to keep on using because every single time this man looks into the camera, whether he's crying, he's trying to suppress his emotions, like his eyes, his body posture, like oh my gosh, everything. The makeup team did such a good job with him like covered in dirt. This one scene that is burnt into my brain is the cover that I had for the top Xiao Zhan dramas that you have to watch, because I think that was episode 7 or 8. Oh my gosh, the whole scene was just zoomed up into his emotions, and he's trying to fool everybody, and it's do or die. That was the episode that really had me glued to my seat. Like it was good, and I knew it's gonna be good, but that episode alone, I was like, this is gonna be a 10 out of 10 drama, and it really is. So after that, it just takes off through the roof. So definitely stay up to like around episodes 8 to 10 if you're not convinced already. But it was one of the best like standoff scenes ever, and there are so many more that are like that. So it's not just a one-off moment. That type of intensity is the type of thing that you would see in climaxes in a 40 episode show. This is only episode 7 or 8. It's just the beginning. It's just like the first 20%, and we keep on getting that, but it does not feel repetitive. It gets crazier and crazier in the best way, but it makes logical sense because there's so much emotion behind it. There's detailed introductions to these cast of characters and their motivations, and there's just more and more stakes added every single time. So every time this man gets closer to his goal, and I'm like, ooh, sigh of relief, there will be something crazier that happens, and we just get blindsided, but it was there if you look close enough, you know? So I feel like this one is a drama that I would love to get the time to rewatch because it will fulfill all those Easter eggs. Even knowing what you know, I think you'll appreciate a lot of things better. Did a good job casting the smaller, younger actors that played the main leading roles because they all really set up the story of the key players in the future. Starts with him as a young boy. You find this relationship with the father character and how the father is this genius astronomer. His family gets, you know, unalived, taken out by the enemy. He witnesses this firsthand. It was very gruesome, and they don't shy away from that, even though, yeah, there's censorship and stuff. Like, it was terrible because you see his will to just get revenge. That's all he really cares about, and he trains 10 years to get there. So it really is an underdog story. He is a very scheming person, but so are the villains. The villains here are absolutely incredibly like chilling. They are ruthless, they are scary, they are really, really smart. And every single time I'm like, okay, so there's this person, like we kind of get how the situation is going to play out. No, you don't, because something else will happen. And I love that because the pacing was honestly so good. Every single character was written so well. The emotional aspect of every arc is just so relevant, and I love that. It's not just random characters that are showing up to be a friend or foe and then they're gone. They all show up again and again and are very, very well written. And when I mean very well written, I mean the female lead as well is technically it is a very slow burn romance, but they start out with like friendship, and I do like that she is extra cautious against him. Their dynamic is fun, but at the same time they're hesitant to really reveal their entire identity and secrets because that will definitely mess up his entire plan. And all of the side characters are great, but I'm gonna give the spotlight to Mr. Villain. The actor that played Zhuang Luyin, aka Mr. Huang Jue, is just crazy good. The only reason why this is that good is because both sides and all of the characters are on the same level of acting, okay? Like it's not going to be the same if you watch another drama. Everybody and everything is high quality, but the villain isn't. But they're supposed to be carrying that show. They're supposed to be so formidable that you feel this sense of dread. And I cannot tell you how many times I watched this man stare into the camera and I wanted to like break away my stare. Like he is so intense in the best of ways, and I felt like at first I'm like, yo, it's just one man, or like, yeah, we're gaining some things, you know, we're gaining his trust or whatever, but it was not that simple, because the second he is onto you, I can't breathe. And it was so crazy that I was praying for this man's actual health in real life. I was like, I pray his blood pressure is normal. I pray for his health, because some of these scenes, it was already intense and then it was to the max. Also, it's because of his dubious nature and that setup, how we know like he's so willing to do anything for power that he can just in 1 second, if he decides not to believe in Zhang, he can just snap his neck or do something horrible to him like in a snap. So it was also that made every interaction so good, because Zhang has to really gain his trust. And honestly, not all villains will ever get that type of interaction, writing, just brilliant moments. He is a very well written character as well. We see that yes, he's power hungry and he's crazy, but near the later half, which I'll discuss later on in the spoiler sections, like there's a little bit more to his madness and it was complex. Okay, unfortunately, I had something to do the other day, so I couldn't finish filming, but I'm back to talk about it now. So romance-wise, it is one of the best written, like, power couples, and some people are saying it's unnecessary, but I didn't think so. I think that he deserves love, and she's the reason why he was able to push through a lot of the consequences at the end, and, like, she really healed him, and I thought it was a beautiful written romance. I love the characters as they were alone, and I love that she got her own backstory, her own character arc, and I just hate it when there's a power couple, but it's focusing on one character way more, and then the other person's just kind of there, like, doing nothing. That was not the case. She was actively helping him from the beginning. She was a key player, and to the end, like, I still stand by that. I love his little small squad as well. So his teacher is probably my favorite. Master Gao Ming, he did so much from episode like 5, 6, 7, whatever, whenever we saw like what he was doing in the background. This man is a one-man army. And I mean, he is doing everything. And sometimes he's like the most comedic element of this besides the romance. But I really liked that. Okay, he was really carrying the plan and is the reason why the male lead has, you know, succeeded. just every character is written with precision, and I appreciated that so much. It is a breath of fresh air, especially for like C-drama fans that are longtime watchers like me, or just prefers like those older dramas where, yeah, it's long as hell, but these intensely written like scenes between the antagonist and the protagonist does feel like it weighs something. It does make you go like, oh no, what's next? Like, this is what an S plus budget should look like, should feel like. And I really hope that with all of the love that it's been getting, China needs to like step up and realize, yeah, we do like more political intense dramas if you do it well. And this is a great example. Like, if it's good, there will be a crowd, you know. And hopefully we do get, I'm okay with idol dramas, but I feel like idol actors should get this type of quality, not just because of their star power. It's because like you should also write the characters well, you know. If you want, I get that it's profit and that you don't have to try that hard if you have a very household popular name, but audiences, we know, you know, we can tell the difference between a good drama or a sloppy ass one that's just generic, just it's doing the same thing, and people do eat it up and you do make money. But I feel like when something like this shines, it's very special, and the people who love it will literally scream on top of their lungs and want more like this. So crossing fingers, this is just the beginning of Xiao Zhan's journey with these types of dramas, and hopefully it will inspire writers to continue making this type of drama. And yeah, I will give this obviously a 10 out of 10. I see where other people are coming from, but for me it was great. Okay, I am a fan of the main actor. He did so good, especially in those heart-wrenching moments, and also like the way he suppresses his anger and just puts on that like fake smile, or just pretends to like be like this docile man. Honestly, Xiao Zhan is one of the best, and I've recognized that since The Untamed, but since then he has grown so much, and this is a accumulation of all of his works in the past year, and he's finally able to show all these emotions, from like devotion, from anguish, from anger, for real. So yeah, I will give it a 10 out of 10, and I'll probably shorten this down, but spoilers, I'll count you guys down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys after you finish the drama, and you can come back and watch this and we can discuss together. Oh, and also if we're discussing any moments where it's like more spoilery, like, you know, the ending or like big moments, definitely write in big caps and skip a couple of lines so people know, just in case they're scrolling through the comments while they listen or watch this video. Okay, so the first spoiler I wanted to get into is Zhuang Zixing. This is the character that we see at the beginning, where he's this spoiled brat. And then he kind of grew up to be the spoiled brat, but we know like there's some kindness to him. And I knew there has to be some significant revelation or some significance with his character for them to add that at the beginning. And I was correct, because he quickly finds out about Zhang Hai's identity, and I'm like, wow, 10 years and you're telling me it takes like maybe 10 episodes and everything can go to the ground. And Zhang Hai is a character where, yes, he's ruthless and he's willing to give it up, but he wouldn't kill you willy-nilly at all. And he saw the goodness in this man. And he knew, like, yes, he's going to use him to get to the top, to be the ruler of the family, to be the most doted son. And it worked. I love that. I love their relationship. It was very complicated. I knew that the writing was so good, but even the side characters like him, he was essential to the plan. And he is probably one of the reasons why the father crumbled as he did. But at the end, I love that he didn't just leave when Zhang Hai told him, like, the war is happening now, like, you just leave, get out of here, and your whole family will perish, it's fine. But like, he already knew it was coming, but they had this like strange friendship that's complicated, because like he felt guilty for what his father did, but at the same time he's just that little boy that wants approval from his father that he never had. So that type of realistic trauma, I guess, or like it's a real human flaw, and it's something like that you will see in real life. So I like that detail, and I like that he was not heartless in the end, even though it fooled me. Like, I thought he might become like the next Zhang. He was going to go after all of his friends, all of his family. Like, I knew he wasn't going to be as hardcore, I guess, as Zhang in, planning and everything for 10 years. I didn't think that, but I thought like eventually he's gonna get the last laugh. But he did end up taking the high road, and they end up like fooling me because I was like, it can go anyway. Part of me was like, look at his eyes. He is a kind person, even though he's been through so much crap and he matured. Like, I had faith that they were going to be on the same side, and they did. So that made me really happy. And now he has a bunch of allies, I guess. And technically he is the next, like, he's the only Zhuang left, but he also fulfilled his promise to his father that he's going to revive the clan. So that was great. His face-off with the father is 10 out of 10. Like, everything from episodes, honestly, like 20, was it 24 to like 30? 24 was, I think that was the banquet hall where we're like, oh, that's like round one. And then you would think it's over, but it's not. So he was like surrounded, the mansion was surrounded, and then that was the beginning of the downfall. Like, when people say Zhang had it easy, I was like, where? He has so many people sacrifice themselves, so many friends along the way. The third player, I'm so glad that it wasn't her mother, Antu's mother. That was beautiful though, like seeing their connection. And I mean, it all makes sense. I was like, you are not going to bring this woman in willy-nilly and then just like have her die off. And I'll be like, okay. But she had a deeper connection, and also she loves her daughter, so that helps. Their moments together was so sweet with the puppet, and then her initiating the kiss, him getting really shy. But then from then on, they were a team and they never hid anything from each other, so I like that. Having the younger son, the only survivor of the Zhuangs, live at the border, like, that makes sense. I knew they were gonna set it up where he comes back to play and saves them. So lured the man, his ex-teacher, I guess one of his mentors that literally raised him. That is so heartbreaking when he found out, and is more removed. So I was like, okay, that makes sense as a big plot twist. Because if you just show a random dude right now, I'd be mad, because we spent like 24 episodes trying to get, no, like 30 episodes trying to get rid of Zhuang. And then now we have the eunuch. The eunuch kind of, he kind of perished along with him near the same episodes. So it was all about this third mysterious player. Also, the death scene of Gao Ming was heartbreaking, because I knew like there's no way he's gonna survive. Like, the other dude is way too smart, and I wish he survived. He did a lot for Zhang. Overall, 10 out of 10. So intense, incredible plays on all fronts, because to have such a good story and a good drama, you have to have that. Like, it's not just the male lead feeling super smart. Yeah, they were playing chess and he was playing 4D chess, but it was more emotional, I guess, to see all these betrayals. Especially, I didn't see that coming, even though I should have, with the master being the third person that wanted the Gui seal. It's also poetic how he died, by the way. So the ending was great. He died because of the hallucinations, and I mean, he was chasing it the whole time, and once he got it, it was the reason why it ended his life. I kind of live for that. So yeah. I also love the ending, how he could have chosen to stay, but he decides like, no, I'm done. I'm sick of this life. I've seen hell. I've been through hell, and I just want to retire with my wifey. And they lived happily ever after. The end. So wow, it was such a whirlwind of emotions. I knew they were gonna get it out alive with all of the side characters basically being gone. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I hope we get a modern romance with them. Like, their chemistry was great. It was just very little scenes with them. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.